Oh yeah, this is a lot better. What a great suspenseful horror action movie this is. Unlike this piece of freaking garbage. What is up, guys? I am back again to do another movie review for you, checking out The Predator. Went and saw this movie last night with a couple of buddies of mine from work. Shout out to Jesse and Dylan. I will say this to Dylan, though. Dylan, what I can say about this situation is I envy you for falling asleep a couple times. This movie is a mess. It's a huge pile of garbage. Like, I can't even, describe. I knew going in it was gonna be, I heard that it was crap. I heard that it's just not what Predator should be, all this stuff. It's not like I didn't believe it. I went in with low expectations. I went in knowing this is probably gonna suck. And I'm okay with that. I was okay with it, I was okay going in to see, this B-movie kind of style, and came out even more disappointed than I thought I was gonna be, which is really sad. Shane Black directed this movie. He was in the original Predator movie as the character Hawkins. He was the comedic, he was the funny guy in the movie, he was kind of crazy and just whatever. Predator 1, slight thoughts on it. Great movie for its time. Great movie today. I watched it recently and was shocked of how much I did enjoy it again. The ending with Arnold Schwarzenegger putting the mud on himself and, them the Predator and him trying to kill each other. Really, really great stuff. The Predator 1 is what Predator should be. Suspenseful horror sci-fi. Takes its time. Slow build. You didn't even see the Predator in the first one until a certain amount of time into the movie. But the new The Predator doesn't take its time with anything. There is not any moment where it has a moment to breathe. This movie does not take its time to breathe. There's not a single moment where it takes its time at all. It's just rush, 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 rush. Right off the bat, right when I noticed, and this is going to be a no spoilers review, so I'm going to try not to go into too much, but at the beginning is basically, just fast. I knew it right off the bat. I had this feeling the movie was going to suck, because right off the bat it was, super fast cuts, really, here's a shot, here's a shot, here's a shot, and I'm just, I don't understand. I already didn't understand. It was already so different. It just moved really quick, but I will argue this, the first maybe 15 to 20 minutes of the movie, I was locked in. I was enjoying it. The guy from Logan, I forgot his name off the top of my head, but he's the main character in this movie, and, he's good. I don't, he's an okay, actor, whatever, but there was nothing about him or any of the characters in this movie where I locked in to them at all. All of the characters, I did not care. I did not care if they lived or died. I didn't even care if the kid died, because the kid was basically just reading lines through the whole movie. This movie is just, you could tell that there's pieces missing. It's just, it feels jumble. I don't know how to explain it, but it has this feeling when you're watching it of it's just really very random events in the movie. The writing is just weird. The way they set up these scenes, there'll be just random stuff to happen in a scene that has nothing to do with the story or the movie, and it just makes no sense. It's almost as if Shane Black had something. It feels like he had something going here. He probably knew what it was supposed to be, but maybe the company dabbled in it too much. This movie is not by Shane Black. This is the way it feels. It doesn't feel like it's directed by Shane Black, because Iron Man 3 is actually a really good movie. To me, anyway. It feels more like Hawkins, the character from the Predator movie, is the one that directed this thing. It wasn't Shane Black. The character Hawkins, the funny, charismatic, funny guy, because this movie is way too comedic. Like, it's literally like everything is a joke. There's literally a moment where Key tells a joke, like, not even seconds after they see the Predator for the first time. It was literally like, that's an alien. Holy crap. Hey guys, you know what would be funny? And he said some kind of joke like that started with like, what do you call, and I'm like, what? Like, they just saw an alien, and they're worried about telling jokes right now. Like, it literally, I don't care. I don't mind humor in movies. The Predator one had that. All the movies, all of them have had that. But the tone shift, like, is just a big, huge no. Like, the way it's like, comedy, then it's serious, comedy, and then it's serious, and you had these chunks in the movie where it was just like straight, extended, comedic scenes that like literally have nothing to do with what's going on. If they were telling jokes that pertains to what's happening now, like Marvel does really well, then maybe it would make sense, but they're literally just like, there's this scene where they're all in like a house, and they just tell jokes back and forth in this horrible situation. Like, horrible. The Predator is easily the worst movie I've seen this year. And because, like, most of the movies I've seen this year have been really good. And for me to really, really not like a movie like this is rare. Like, I always try to look for positives, but even while I was watching the movie, I only found like a couple positives, and that is not a good sign. The guy that played the Predator, whoever he is, great. Like, the costume looked good, it was practical, it was amazing, and then they had to go and ruin it by having, like, CGI that wasn't practical, and don't even get me started on Predator dogs. And the Predator dog's design was so out there, like, let's just say this in 2 words. Dog dreads. There were scenes with the dogs that didn't even make sense. There was, like, a moment where, like, they see one of the Predator dogs. The Predator dog, like, I guess kind of went off on its own away from its owner, was separated from the Predator. But whenever these guys find the dog first, the dog interacts like it's not gonna kill them and it's not vicious. It's like a little pet and it's cute. Like, that doesn't make any sense. This is a trained alien dog trained to go and kill you, seek out, hunt, and destroy, and rip you apart. And the choices made, the writing is so bad. It is so horrible. The only character I kind of cared about, the only character, and it sucks because she's like the supporting role or whatever. She's not the main character, but the woman that plays in this movie was actually pretty good. I feel like she was actually trying on set. She was actually trying to be, like, serious and react to situations and be terrified. And there's this really good scene where she's, like, where it's really suspenseful. The Predator's, it seems like the Predator's about to kill her, and then some things happen that I won't spoil, but, like, that scene was the only moment. This one scene was the only moment that had suspense in it. Suspense, like, full on, like, you might die right here. Like, one of those types of moments. But then the rest of the movie is just, like, these quick deaths with, like, no, like, moment. Not a moment to take. Not even a moment where, like, someone, you know, the classic, like, someone's dying in your arms moment. Even though that would have been cliche, but I would have preferred it over the way they treated the deaths in this movie. Like, the deaths, and there was no remorse or sadness or anything like that, like, towards them dying at all. Not one character that dies in this movie had anybody saying, like, man, that sucks that he's gone, or anything to make it more real. It was just like, meh, like, he's dead, whatever. Terrible writing, terribly edited. Like, there just feels like there's pieces missing in this movie. I don't understand, like, what the decisions were. I don't know if it was all Shane Black's idea. If it is, then his idea sucks so bad. Like, I feel bad for the guy because, like, this might be one of those movies down the road that he might have to apologize for because it's just bad. And don't even get me started. Here's one thing. I don't even think there was a single moment where they used the infrared shots. Every Predator movie has had moments where it's first person of what the Predator sees, infrared, he's hunting. So yeah, I didn't like the Predator 2018.